adventure into the news of the day. On a personal note, we had our lifestyle channel erased from YouTube. Apparently, we said some things that were uh, incorrect. They said it was medical misinformation. So the deep state still has they're still have their fangs into the meal, but I think they're losing their grip fast. So too in Iran, I'm hearing that the creepy Arab violent militias, probably Hezbollah and Hamas, and the creepazoid parasite invasion force, the army, the gangsters who get paid to support the gangsters, are really shooting at Iranian protesters. This is horrendous. Hey, Ian. So the deep state is they're cornered. They're like cornered animals. They're like little rats that are backed into a corner. They have no escape. Hey, Michelle. Is it Michelle or Michael? It's Michael. Michael Double. Sorry about that. Ian Bell. So my our lifestyle channel was erased on YouTube, but it was not erased on X. So I think there's tremendous hope for the world. I really think Starlink and X and XRP and XLM, all these X's are in the future. Maybe there's going to be an X phone soon. The quantum financial system, everything is coming together. Things seem to be rushing for a quick conclusion. They're saying that Cuba will surrender without a shot. That it's just gonna like give up. I don't know why my name is Blue with a wrench. I don't know why my name is Blue with a wrench. I don't either. Are you a troll or a manager? Are you? I mean, one of the people who looks out for the thought stream. I'm not sure. JD. I don't know, JD. What can I say? But if you see any trolls, why don't you remove them, or else maybe you're just trolling me now. I don't really know. Anyway, Francine. I don't know if anybody remembers Francine. Years ago, we had this wonderful visitor named Francine, and she told me never talk to trolls. She says don't respond to them. It was just like just cast it aside. You're real, not a mod. Okay. So you want me to take your wrench away from you? Are you friendly? Are you hostile? I don't know. You're taking a lot of my mind space. The State Department told Americans to get out of Iran now. Yeah, I'm not surprised. They're coming to some kind of there's going to be a some kind of a conclusion. There's been 12 days, and they're talking about real casualties in certain pockets of Iran. These creepy gangsters are shooting the innocent I mean, how can you do that? Just gun somebody down in cold blood, an unarmed person. It's very hard for me to understand. Hey, Mary Hughes, but all of this is moving forward rapidly. I mean, everything. I saw a thing this morning with one of the like a kind of a crazy guy, financial guy. I can't remember his name. I'm not sure if I book noted it or not, but he was saying that whenever the bad guys talk about something happening, talking about an alien invasion, a hostile alien invasion, and they talk about it a lot, it's not going to happen. But when Trump talks about something, it is happening. Now he's talking about that the Supreme Court has to side with him on the tariffs. It would be a disaster. He's just he's just the white hats are just amazing, and they're dead on. They're straight ahead, and they're doing stuff. That's the main thing. They act. They really do things. But You're real, you're not a mod. Okay, JD, man, let's rock. So just if you see any trolls, why don't you swat them? That's what the wrench means. I don't know how you got one, but who knows? I mean, I don't really understand YouTube. I mean, my friend, my friend, my old best friend, who's a rabbi, just got removed from YouTube. He had 50,000 subscribers, and I just had we have this lifestyle channel every Thursday. What time is it on Thursday?
What?
What time is the lifestyle channel?
What?
It's at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right? The lifestyle, yeah, I think it's at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But YouTube just erased it for medical misinformation. Now, there was no medical misinformation there. It's just that either the AI or the gangsters are still in control of YouTube, and so too in Iran. They took down the entire internet. It's only Starlink that is coming to the aid of the Iranian revolutionaries. This is the end of Islam for sure. Ice shooting was total BS, like George Floyd. Yeah, they're probably trying to reenact. They don't have evil cannot really create. They can only react to us and try to take from us. So they're playing the same. They're doing the same playbook. It's kind of boring. He was probably telling the truth, and YouTube doesn't like that, right? YouTube, but I had figured a long time. I thought a long time ago that the White Hats had taken over YouTube. I remember they had they had to remove the CEO, I believe, but somehow, hey Wade, somehow they continue, and they continue to do ridiculous things. It's the end of it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. It's just we're just moving into a new state of consciousness where lies just won't cut it. Okay, so yeah, I guess we should go. Hey, Starfire, yeah. Always use a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an investment advisor. I'm not. I'm just Ellie. Okay, so yeah, but it doesn't matter on YouTube. YouTube, maybe that's true on TikTok. I think it's TikTok. You're supposed to say that. Instagram, possibly. I'm not really. As far as I know, I'm not on either. Although I do press some kind of Instagram thing. I don't know if I'm actually being seen on Instagram or not. You're watching from New Zealand. Wow. That's amazing. The end of the Lizzies. Yeah, it's the end of the lizards, right? Amazing. It's just an amazing time. Trump is just like, I'm taking Greenland, and they're saying that NATO is saying we'll kick you out of NATO, and Trump's saying you kick us out of NATO, you won't be financed by us. NATO won't exist anymore. But he's going to go. He's going to leave NATO anyway. The end of the lizards. Yeah, but they're not going out easy. Get your money back. They have taken from you since you were born. Strawman. Yeah, we all know that. Your name in all caps.
You can't go on live on Instagram because you have to have 1,000 followers.
No, on your Instagram, but I have an old Instagram channel.
No, all of them. That's not old. Developer.Ellie's not old.
It's not. It's not live. Okay, so I'm not on Instagram. Pittsburgh, PA. Nice place to be from. I hear Pittsburgh. I don't think I've ever been there, but I just hear great things about it.
I love Pittsburgh.
JD, don't block me. Okay. Deirdre from Nelson, New Zealand. Deirdre, yeah, hey. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's amazing. I hope people in Iran are able to receive this channel. We support you. We love you. You're doing the hard work for humanity. You're telling these creepy deep state Iran, Islamics to go pound sand. That's unbelievably. You're unbelievably brave, and at the risk of losing your life out there. I don't even know how. You don't know how to. Yeah, it's not hard. It's probably pretty easy. This month will be huge. I think this week is going to be huge. Keeping it high vibrational frequency, research, dream yoga. Nice. Checking in from Kansas City. Great to be here. Yeah, it is great to see you guys from all over the planet. This is a remarkable thing. New Zealand, and they're talking about. I saw an article that said Mercedes Benz is moving out of Germany. They're moving to Hungary. It looks like Germany is about to be completely like, you know, the American troops are. Trump is talking about bringing back all this a tremendous amount of troops in Germany. They're talking about bringing them all home, which would basically collapse the German economy. The Iranian economy is in free fall as well. Kansas, yeah, it's so nice. Thank you all for coming. Joy to the world. I think so. I think this is it. I had a great interview with my friend Dave Schmitz, this, almost the same name as the inventor from LifeWave, about keto carnivore and the importance of eating the right foods now, of eating that the foods are designed to make you eat them, and since there's so little nutritional value, you just have to keep eating them, he was saying. And that's whereas if you're eating like foods rich in fat, not seed oils, god forbid, seed oils are to be avoided at all costs, but that you get a good diet. There was a story also on the thought stream on X about an was it an Arctic? I mean, like an Arctic explorer that went to hang out with the Eskimos on the ice, and he ran out of food, so had to start like eating like the Eskimos. They don't eat any plant food; they just eat like blubber and meat, fats and meat, fish, I guess, and I think he was saying some rabbits. Although you have to be careful because it's very lean, the rabbits. But he was in tip top health. He just was in amazing health. Dr. Kiltz, who's a famous doctor who talks often about the carnivore diet, that when they want to tame a lion, they feed it vegetable. They put it on a vegetarian diet, and the lion becomes very timid. Erica Kirk is a reptilian. Yeah. Well, thanks, Wade. Yeah, it's haven't seen you since New York. Oh, JD, so you're an old timer, man. I'm sorry. You probably got a wrench from the old days. You probably were a regular, and I gave you a wrench back in the day. I feel pretty good. I think these LifeWave patches, I'm always showing these off, are really good for your health. And I recommend that I invite everyone to try them if you like. I'm going to show a little video about it later, but just to remind everyone, if you're not experiencing top health, please try the LifeWave patches. I invite you to call Dr. Stacy or just sign up under me, or you could sign up under any number of people. You could sign up under Shelby. I did a video with this wonderful woman named Shelby. You could sign up under Danielle. But I think the reason I like to have different downline people signing up people is because to kind of show you that we can all work together on this. We can all help each other. I just happen to be a podcaster, so I can help you do a podcast and get but the idea is that if you're attracted to a certain person's way of being, like I had a dear friend on this channel, and she a few months ago she wrote to me and she said, I want to start a LifeWave business, but I don't want to start it under you. Oh, she said, I have a dear friend who's a neighbor, and we're going to do it together. I said, fine. I mean, I that's fine with me, even though she's not on my downline. It's just like, you want to work with people that you can really relate to. I'm not so available. Daniela is a little more available. If you sign up under her, if you sign up under Shelby, she's more available. You want to work with somebody who's really you really connect with, you really identify with. So that's important. Anyway, I'll take this up, but write down the numbers. Certainly, Dr. Stacy's number, if you feel so inclined. Get some patches, and commit to good health. But I did an interview today with Dave Schmitz from Keto Carnivore in Kingman, and it was just wonderful. It was a wonderful interview. He's an amazing guy. We never really we've been talking about doing a video together for a long time, but we finally did it, and I'm looking forward. I'm thinking. Let's see if I can find my cup. I guess I drank from it. I'm looking forward to having Brian Best and David Schmitz, because they both started little businesses in Arizona. Brian Best started his coffee shop in Prescott, and Dave started this business, this Keto Carnivore in Kingman, Arizona. And when we were moving from New York, we did a search of restaurants in Kingman. We found out there was a carnivore restaurant in Kingman, which is unheard of. And we've been, we love his restaurant. It's a delight. For like $10 you can get a real carnivore sandwich with, you know, cheddar, and it's not very kosher, but it is geschmack, and that it really fills you up. So when you get into the life wave patches and you get into really supporting yourself, like Dave was saying, that if you're not getting the proper nutrients, if you're not really eating a diet rich in fat, not seed oil, but fat and meat, and rich meat, you might not be able you might not feel so well. And this is by design. They do this by design. They try to deplete your nutrients and make you a slave. But once you do that, you can start really living your dream life, in my opinion. And that's what Dave was saying, that this is part of their way of controlling us. We'll have to drive up just to buy you some lunch someday. Yeah, wait, yeah, wait. Well, now that yeah, so Dave opened up. We just found this out. Now he's open late on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So that changes our whole world, because usually when we go to Kingman, the only thing we can eat are Boulder chips. That's it. We eat either the avocado oil.
Or the beef tallow chips.
But yeah, we really like beef tallow chips, but they're so expensive. They're just really prohibitively, it's like $10 for a small bag of chips, but they're really nutrient dense because they're made with tallow. So these are the kind of things. Yeah, maybe we'll go. Maybe Wade, you'll come up and we'll meet at. I met. We met with. Um, uh, um, gosh, we met with Quantum Bridge in Kingman, but we didn't know that Dave was open late. I would have taken him to see Dave, but we had a nice pizza together. But it's all good, man. We'll all meet up eventually, I think. Erica Kirk's a reptilian. Okay, so hey there, my friend. Hey, good one. JD is doing a great job. I have to go to bed now, so everyone has a blessed evening. I'll catch you tomorrow. Okay, Lorelei. Great. JD, thanks for your support. Okay, so let's go to the thought stream. I don't have any like overwhelming thought, except that it feels to me like the deep state is in a desperate situation. I mean, gunning down unarmed revolutionaries in Iran is sickening. These brave souls, they are just so tired of this Islamic regime, and they're out in the streets and they're burning down mosques, and it's a revolution. But they're doing the heavy lifting for all of us, because we all want to be removed from this corporate scam artist, media lying, medical, malpracticed, insanity. I mean, how can YouTube still get away with this kind of censorship? I don't know. I know it's against the law, because I think Trump passed a law that you can't censor people for no reason. And the reason they have is been misproven so many times over. We all know about this, what the medical community is up to. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please know that I am on X every night, and X is really the place to get information, because X doesn't censor. At least I haven't been censored on X. I've been shadow banned lots, but I'm also on Rumble. But I'm on X. I'm eWebstar13. So if you're on YouTube, because I never know with YouTube. So far somehow this channel has been it's been like a ghost ship, that it survived all the censorship drives. But I know I can't say that I don't. I love YouTube is a very good platform, and I now that I'm using Restream, it's very easy to communicate. But if you like the content here, if you like the family here, if you like the love here, make sure and you're on YouTube, make sure you jot down eWebstar13. And if suddenly you don't see me, I broadcast 7 days a week, whether YouTube likes it or not. I mean, and they've been giving me copyright strikes for playing my own music. This is I don't know who's running the show over there, but it doesn't look good. But this is what they took down in Iran, and Starlink is poised to take over, both in terms of financial movement, in terms of XRP. Their logo is almost the same, Starlink and XRP and XLM. They all share very similar looking logos. These things are all designed together. And soon we'll have these phones from Starlink, and we won't be victimized by these corporate busybodies who are you can't. They're watching you all the time. They watch us continually. All this has to come to an end. You can't hear me, probably because I screwed up. Okay, hold on. Yep. Okay. Can you hear me now? Thank you, Jennifer, for telling me that. You should hear me now. Okay. Yeah, I'm on a different. I forgot to turn on my microphone. Thank you. Glad you're back on this count. I missed my wrench. I missed my wrench. Yeah. I um I would. Okay. So yeah, keto carnivore. It's just yeah.
Tell more new Instagram.
Oh yeah. If Daniela wants.
It's a Lifeway channel.
It's a LifeWave channel.
Yeah.
But can I broadcast live on it?
Once we get 1,000 followers.
Okay. If you could, we need 1,000 subscribers on Daniela's Instagram channel, and then we can broadcast on Instagram. But it's Q. What's the second letter?
D.
QD Chernesky 77017. So that's QD CHERNESKY 77017. That's on Instagram. So if you are on Instagram, if you could subscribe, or LifeWave. If you're It's a LifeWave channel, but we will, if once we get 1,000 subscribers, we can go live on Instagram as well. So QD Chernesky 77017. I should put that up here. You know what? I could do it right here. Let's go to. Sorry for that. We weren't prepared for this, but let's see if I can do this. It's QDCHERNESKY 77017 in my typing. Sorry guys. Instagram. Okay, so that's if you could subscribe to that channel, it would be greatly appreciated. Then we can expand our reach in case In case YouTube has a hizzy, I'm not monetized on YouTube or really on anything except for Rumble. But it could be that since I'm not monetized, they because I didn't get a strike. Maybe you have to be monetized to get a strike. I'm not sure. At any rate, to those of you who are really fond of the lifestyle channel, which I am, I that was with Grant and Norman, and we'll be doing that every Thursday. But we were taken down on YouTube. But this is, I think, the final days of the lizards, right? Because this is all they have left. Pearl feathered troll. Yeah, we have a troll. I mentioned trolls, and now we have them. Pearl feather. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I got it. Uh, okay, so pearl feather is gone forever. They'll have to come back in a different incarnation. Thank you for telling me that. Okay, so yeah, so just jot down that QD Chernesky 77017 on Instagram, and then we can go live on Instagram. Okay, so let's take that off now. And I think it would be good to go to the thought stream right away. And just, I don't, unless you guys have something you really want to discuss, I'm not feeling, what did we do today? Yeah, we did this broadcast with Dave Schmitz of Keto Carnivore. He was just so eloquent, so articulate. It was really a pleasure. So they're fully vaxxed, right? I was working on my treehouse earthship until it snowed on us here in the Sierra Nevadas. Yeah, in California, treehouse earthship. That is so cool. Yeah, this is turning into kind of an earthship. We didn't really know what to call it. I've been calling it a house, but I think it's really an earthship. We started on the roof, on the roof, on the behind the RV. We're going to put the roof first, and then we're going to take the RV out, and we'll live in the RV and work on the earthship from next door. It's an interesting process, but we put down we're going to put in some kind of a kind of a cement platform for a post in the middle of the house, in the back of the middle of the house, to support a beam running across that will be used for the roof. Tria, so cool. All right, so unless you guys have something, I mean, do you agree with me that the deep President Trump and his boys are, they're just Action Jackson, man. I mean, have you ever seen a politician actually do something that they said they were going to do? Today, I went to a prayer vigil on the Republic, the Republic in Arizona. My friends from the Republic. I'll post that as well, just to remind everyone to join the Republic. Where did that go? To join the Republic, because the White Hats are waiting for 50,000 people per state in order to announce Jassara Nassara and have the elections in 120 days. So it's up to us to really do the thing. But I went on this prayer vigil, and the thing that came to my mind is a prayer that's said every day in the morning in Crown Heights, in Israel, for Jewish people. And it's Baruch She'omer, Baruch Shamar, which means there's a line in the beginning of the prayer that says, "Blessed is he who says and does." That's deep, man, and that's what this is. In my opinion, that's what this is all about. It's time to put the pedal to the metal. It's time to do the action. It's time to help the Republic, or start your own online business, or become a LifeWave distributor, or whatever, to follow your dream, to get out of the matrix and actualize your thinking and your desires and your hopes and dreams. That's what this is all about. So I thought of the prayer, Baruch. Yeah, I thought of this prayer. Blessed is he who says and does, in reference to the people who are doing the work in the republic. Remember, these guys are the people of the republic who are going to be running this interim government. They're not, like the governor of Arizona now. It doesn't mean that necessarily they will be elected to be the governor of Arizona, but they are committing themselves to helping through this interim process. When they announce Jassara, they will be in charge, like legally in charge, to oversee the elections, and then the people of every state will get to elect their representatives, and the government will be 10% of the size it is now. All the nanniness and all the, you got to do this, and the licensing and all these silent taxing, all this theft, the trillions of dollars that they poured into underground bases, for example, all this theft will come to an end, and people, Elon says, people will not need to save for their retirement because everyone will be so rich, everyone will have so many resources. The whole illusion of scarcity is a deep state con. It's not really true. So we will have what we really have. You inspire me. I have to quit making excuses and get motivated. I think so. I because it says in that is deep. I joined in arrogant. You kill that money. You see what happens. You kill that money. I don't know what you're saying, Michael, but um, the thing is really the joy. Okay, okay. Here's a post. I'm going to show a post because somebody wrote it a lot better than I can speak it. Let me just show you this. See if I can find this. Trump prefers diplomacy. Let me see if I can find it. This is they realize 20,000 job losses. There was a post here that really describes. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe I posted it a while ago. Yeah, they're shooting people. I mean, it's horrible. The um okay, I'm not finding it, but I'll just Greenland, George. The initial wave will be fast, effective immediately. Um, okay, I can't find the post, so I'm gonna summarize what was said, and it's so important. They're saying that AI will make it unnecessary to do all the bureaucratic bullshit. All the jobs that people have will be done by AI. You won't need to do that. What this post said is that after a couple of years, people, and Elon says this. He says the problem is not going to be having resources. The problem is going to be, what do you do with your time? And in this post, which I think is fascinating, it says that in the beginning you will feel great. We won't have to do any work and we'll have lots of money. But after a while, we will return to doing things that really are fulfilling, like building a house, like working in the garden, like having great relationships and raising children, and all these things that are humanity's best pastimes, best things to do. For example, I mean, I love working outside. I don't, people say, people might think you're doing work out there, it must be, you can't hire somebody. I'm like, well, I don't want to hire anyone. Not that I could, but I don't have the money, and I don't. But so Danielle and I do all the work here, and it is so much fun. You can't imagine. It's like being a little kid in a sandbox. You could build whatever you want. We're building a roof now over the back of the house. And we're saying, like, well, we want to do it like this, but we don't really know what the house is going to look like when the RV goes out. And we're working on the well house. And it's just, we're going to play with mud patties and make some kind of like, well, I'm going to like put together some mixtures now. But this is what, you know, like I had this, my mother always tells this story about Uncle Clarence. Apparently, I had an uncle named Clarence. So, like, I guess he passed away a long time before I was born. But Uncle Clarence was a dishwasher, and he loved to wash dishes. I can understand that. When you're washing dishes, you're connected. You're not thinking generally. You're not thinking about all the fear stuff and all the nonsense that the Matrix wants you to think about. You're just washing dishes. And it's so too when I'm figuring out how to fix something or how to build something, it's just it's pure joy. So, the elites would have us look down our noses, all those a plumber, a carpenter is like, but the truth of the matter is those are the people who are really who could be in the future really, really satisfied. So, that's that I thought that was an interesting post. I'm sorry I couldn't find the thing, but it was quite interesting. Where you store your XRP? Sorry, pretty new here. I keep getting tons of feeds on X and setting up a QFS account. Are these scams? Yes, the QFS account is a scam, as far as I know. Do not give them any info. In terms of XRP, it is my opinion. People say you must have a cold wallet. If you're really it's like I tell people, if you are afraid of not paying taxes, you should pay taxes. I don't care. I don't pay taxes. I'm not even interested. I don't file anything because I know taxes are voluntary. But same thing with XRP. You must own XRP. You must. You have to own XRP. A little bit, just a little bit. It's $2 a coin. This coin could go to $1 million. Not that you'll need the money, but the idea is that you are empowering yourself and saying to yourself that you are important and you are an investor and you're not a victim. You're not just waiting for the matrix to crumble, and you're not waiting to be saved. You're doing the dirt. Whether or not you become rich or not, it doesn't matter. It's just that you're telling your soul that, like, that I can do this. I'm not a victim. I'm a sovereign person. So it is my personal opinion, and I'm not an investment advisor, but it is my personal opinion. I don't know if I should say this, that yes, if you're freaked out, you should have a cold wallet. But if you're not freaked out, there Coinbase, I mean, in my opinion, Coinbase is not going to get hacked. And they have all kinds of programs on Coinbase where you can put it in a vault and all this other stuff. I don't think any of these legitimate platforms, in my personal opinion, and I could be wrong, I'm not an investment advisor. I think it's not like the old days. In the old days, when I first started investing in crypto, they said, you have to use a fake number, and you should have three, a double blind email account, and all this other stuff. The scammers are everywhere. The scammers are everywhere. I will never, ever, ever send you an email saying I want to invest in crypto with you. I won't do that. I will invest in LifeWave with you. I'll help you with LifeWave, but never ever. And Coinbase will never say there was a problem. Your account was breached, and you need to give us your login information. Those are scammers. So the way you get scammed, because I know, because I got scammed big time. I lost. I don't even want to tell you how much I lost. But the scammers will hit you up personally and say, there's a problem here, you must do it, or you have to give your number at the QFS, you have to join the QFS. This is bullshit. The quantum financial system is a highly advanced, you know, quantum system. They know you, they will know you by your DNA. It's all these scammers. But anyway, it is my opinion that you're safe. I feel you're safe. I mean, I don't feel safe filing taxes, but I don't know. I don't want to open myself up to people thinking, well, Ellie doesn't, no, I do take precautions. I do have precautions, but I don't have a tremendous I don't have a tremendous in my opinion, investment. I would have been, there are only 300,000 people that have invested in XRP. Do you have any idea? Anyway, I don't want to get off on this tangent, but do you have any idea where this coin is going when the entire banking system is already built and already running on it? Do you understand that this is like the silver thing on steroids? Meaning there's never been a price evaluation. Like the banks have suppressed the price of silver. Now they're being called out. Now they can no longer control the price with paper contracts. And the banks and the bad guys and maybe even the good guys are controlling the price of XRP. There will be a moment of price discovery, meaning what is it really worth? What is the supply and demand? How many coins are there? The availability of XRP at $2, when there's price discovery, it could jump to $1,000 in a day, because it's not really you're not seeing its value. You're not seeing Bitcoin's value either. Bitcoin is basically a scam, and Ethereum's even worse. But the deep state is propping them up with this phony cash that they print so much of. You helped me so much. Yeah, I've been listening to you since Crown Heights, and the wife cleaned the dish. Right, husband died too. Oh, you've helped me. Oh, I'm sorry, Angel Girl. But yeah, thank you for saying that. It really means a lot to me. But yeah, we got this, guys. We're coming into the finish line of all this. We've been doing this for years. Angel Girl remembers from years ago. That's been at least 3-4 years. I don't know. DB Metals has no more copper. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, you got to move fast. Don't, when you're an investor, you got to move fast. You can't wait. I was telling people to buy copper a couple of weeks ago. Now, don't worry. I think there's going to be ups and downs in the next couple of weeks, but copper could go to the moon. XRP could go to the moon. XLM could go to the moon. H bar could go to the moon. They're saying not so much. I mean, I heard a report about Cardano. I don't own a lot of Cardano, but they said that Cardano didn't want to get their fingers dirty. And this is not a slight. This is actually respect of Cardano. They didn't want to interface with the big banks, but XRP did. They solved the problem of liquidity and transfers that nobody else really has. And all the banks are ISO 222 compliant. It's just a matter of when. Bitcoin is the ultimate Ponzi pyramid scheme of all time. Absolutely. And the energy use is halving. It's ridiculous. Yeah, there's no way Bitcoin's going to survive real price discovery. What is it really worth? What is its utility? And Ethereum also. They're just being propped up by the creepazoids. But I didn't. Yeah, anyway, thank you for everything you do. Thank you. Thanks, Sandra. Getting ready for work soon. Good conversation topic. Yeah, you guys like it when I talk about this, but listen, man. I mean, in my opinion, I was telling you a couple of weeks ago, and get some. I bought a little bit of copper because I couldn't afford silver. I bought a little bit of silver too. I bought a few ounces of silver. You should always be investing in copper, silver. If you can afford a little gold, you should have a little gold. It should be real metal. I don't believe in keeping it in a vault somewhere. It's something that you have to learn how to, get a safe so that if there's a fire in your house, it doesn't melt. I don't know if if you bolt the safe to, it's not, no, nothing is foolproof, but unless you own a lot and you're scared and people know you own a lot, have a couple of silver ounces is, it's not, I don't think it's that dangerous, but the thing is to be in control of your assets, to have control of it, not to have, like, for me, like, even the stock market, I invest now in DJT stock because it's about $13. It's a good price, and I want to start investing in stocks. I don't have a lot of cash, so I can't really do it. But if I ever do get cash, I do want to get back. There's certain stocks that I've invested in, I've sold, I've bought, I've sold, and I would like to get back into the saddle again and do that, as well as the XRP and the XLM. But silver, I don't own any gold. I would like to, I'd like to be at a point where I can buy some gold and buy more silver. I don't care what the price is anymore. I would still buy, if I had the money, I would buy it, because if you think about it, why is silver 70, $80 now? It's because fiat currency has no value, and silver has a tremendous use potential, and so it's going to go through the roof because there's only so much silver, only so much. I don't know about copper. I mean, I know there are a lot of mines in Arizona that mine copper, and they tell me off the books, kind of like, we also get some gold. It's like, okay. But anyway, yeah, it's been fun. I got to run. Yeah, see you soon. Thanks, Wade. The other websites are selling copper. What other websites? I'm not sure, but I'm sure any of the metal. Just go to all. They're dying. They love to, they're AppMex. Just be careful of people who will sell you fancy coins. But I got ripped off big time on buying. It's, oh, it's a proof coin. It doesn't matter when you go to sell it. Nobody cares if it's a proof coin or a fancy coin, unless you're a coin collector and know how to deal with that. Uh, you're better off just buying an ounce of silver, and you'll be able to sell it at spot, what's called spot, which is the price of the day. But I don't know. There are all kinds of metal companies online, but really the best place to buy it, if you can, is from a local distributor. Have a relationship with a local. It's like buying your food from a local farm. This is part of the new age here. We're coming back to a kind of a humility and a sovereignty that really puts us in charge of our own domain. Like, I'm in charge of my property and my house and my. I don't have anyone to really, like, if I have a problem with my solar panels, I can call the company. There's not much they can really do, but so it's up to me to be able to keep on top of everything and try to fix things. And I think in the future we'll really enjoy the physical aspects of reality, of doing simple tasks, of really, doing them and not hiring them out, and not having the learning and learning about all these things. We'll have free energy. I saw a young man who had set up all sorts of Tesla coils. He was running all these machines from his free energy systems. A gold saver account with ACB, you can do it online and get delivered to you, right, if you want to buy it. I'm not sure about delivery, but Australia has very good metals. So yeah, so that's great. Yeah, a lot of them will send it right to your door in like an unmarked package. It's the, so I don't think you'll have a problem. Just do a search online, say, where can I buy copper bullion, and I'm sure you'll get all kinds of DB metals. They ran out of silver too the last time, and but there are other companies. I'm trying to think. What was the other company I ordered from? Do you remember? There was another. There are a lot of companies, but stay away from fancy coins. That's my advice. Unless you really study coins. I just lost a lot of money buying fancy coins. Anyway, it's all good. It's all learning experience, and it's okay to make mistakes. I guess, gosh, let's just look at the thought stream a little bit. Things are happening fast and furious, in my opinion. Uh, Secured three major deals in a day. White House on DNI criminal referral of alleged 2016 plot. Okay, 10 years in the making, fully and absolutely. The United States press secretary, now nearly ten years later. Okay, so the truth has finally come to light. Barack Hussein Obama attempted to overthrow the United States government in 2016. The sitting president in 2017 overthrew it in 2020. And now, in 12 days, justice will be restored. So it's happening, man. In 10 days, justice will be restored. That's on January 10th. So today is already the 12th. So I guess in 8 days, we will see justice delivered. These Iranian children and women are the bravest people in the world. Now that 16,000 innocent Iranians brutally murdered by Islamic regime thugs. This is the worst humanitarian crisis in the world. The people silent are the most cowardly people in the world. Stand up and help our Iranian friends. This is interesting. Texas teenagers invent pen-sized device that removes 90% of the microplastics from water. That's amazing. U.S. air power surges near Iran as Trump signals strike first posture. So this is all happening. Kill switch. Iran shuts down Starlink internet for first time. Internet freedom is being put to the test once again. Iran is using military jammers to block Starlink connections. The government is not at all happy about the protests in Iran being reported on Telegram and X. Um, what's this? Oh, this is my little post. I got 4,000 hits. Yeah. Um, People aren't so, I'm being shadow banned too, but okay. This was the interview I did. Kingman, Arizona goes, cool. Keto carnivore this was just a wonderful interview. I recommend to everyone. We already have 455 views. Effective immediately. Any country doing business with the Islamic Republic of Iran will pay a tariff of 25% on any and all business being done with the United States of America. This order is final and conclusive. Thank you for your attention in this matter. I mean, go, President Trump. Patriots in control. It's Monday. Patriots are in control. Let's get to work. The initial wave will be fast and meaningful, right? That's a Q post. This is an interesting thing. This guy is a liberal reporter, right? What War Room? Maybe not. Isn't George Papadopoulos like a liberal? But anyway, he's saying, listen to this.
The FBI, the DOJ, the DNI, and the CIA are all looking at a 10-year-long government conspiracy case in which they're likely going to look at RICO charges, look at the Democrat Party and the left as some sort of criminal organization writ large, and people like Brennan, Obama, Comey, and the upper echelons of the Democrat Party are all now in the crosshairs of this grand jury that will be impaneled just today. The FBI, the DOJ, the DNI, and the CIA are all looking at a 10-year-long government.
Okay, so that's amazing. Truly amazing. That it's finally happened. It's not truly amazing. It's not astonishing to us. Angel Girl messaged me on my email. That's Kabbalah Guru chat me. Yeah, there's a nice Zoom chat associated with the people of this channel, the good people of this channel. Let's just go to a few other posts. Okay. Are you seeing the table being set? This spokesman for Greenland's government hit the nail on the head, but can't understand what's actually happening. Trump is taking Greenland. He just got congressional approval on some kind of bill. If we just take Greenland, Denmark, and other NATO members will kick us out of NATO. We bring home 80,000 troops and we save 50 billion per year. No longer having to defend the Europors, and they have to pay for their own defense. Sounds perfect, right? This is the thing I was looking for. Okay, the AI bubble will accidentally trigger a human renaissance. This is such a beautiful post. Here's what will happen now between now and 2030. I don't know about the timing on this, but this is a really brilliant analysis. Phase one, 2026 to 2027, everyone automates everything. Productivity goes through the roof. We celebrate never having to think again. Phase two, digital burnout. People realize they've outsourced their cognitive abilities. Depression rates spike because nothing feels earned anymore. Phase three, I love this. The pendulum swings hard in the opposite direction. And believe me, you do not have to wait for this. You don't have to wait till 2030. Phase three can happen for you. It's already happened for me. The pendulum swings hard in the opposite direction. Outdoor experiences become the new luxury. Manual skills and human connection become premium. We start valuing struggle and effort again. The faster we rush towards full automation, the faster we'll crave what makes us fundamentally human. And that's what I'm hoping for anyway. I love that post. We're all going to come back to being human, to just doing our own, living in nature. Oh, this is a great one. Public service announcement. The Department of Homeland Security will now refer to illegal aliens as travelers without authority to stay, or twats. The term illegal upsets members of the Democrat Socialist Party, and we want them to be quiet already. In short, ICE will continue making America safe again through the arrest and deportation of twats. Thank you. Okay. Picture in your mind what it was like when you learned what shocked you to your core. You didn't learn it all at once. You learned it as you could handle it. Now think about what it might be like when the sheeple all at once woke up in one day. It was their choice. They should have listened. Okay, so that's interesting. Checkmate. Do it, Q. Huge. After the Judicial Watch lawsuit, Oregon Secretary of State just announced the removal of 800,000 dirty names from voter rolls. So now it looks like Judicial Watch lawsuits will clean 5.8 million names from the voter rolls nationally. We also have federal lawsuits to clean more names in California and Illinois. Really disturbing Starlink message. I have news from someone in Dizful. The city is under siege by Hasht Shabi, Iraqi terrorist militia. They are beastly mercenaries with covered faces who can't understand Persian and only speak Arabic. The whole city is on curfew, and there's an atmosphere of terror and dread everywhere. Snipers are positioned on taller buildings in the last few days, head shooting people at random. They have no mercy and don't discriminate between children, teenagers, or the elderly. Anyone leaving the house risks being shot by snipers or killed by mercenaries on the ground. It is very likely that the situation is similar in other cities in Khuzestan province. They're getting massacred in total silence, no news coverage, and isolation. Please speak up for Dizful and other small cities. It's up to 10% of what you pay to Uncle Sam gets stolen every year. Something's terribly wrong. This isn't just inadequate oversight. This is what happens when a government gets so big that waste, fraud, and abuse becomes impossible. All right. Breaking. U.S. House introduced bill to annex Greenland and grant it statehood. The document authorizes the president to annex or purchase Greenland from Denmark to control the Arctic. If approved by both chambers and signed by the president, the bill will become law. Justin Representative Tim Burchett confirms the Cuba regime might fall without President Trump firing a single shot because of his geopolitical prowess. That this would be huge, right? Without even firing a shot. The song Hotel California is what happened at the Standard Hotel. Mirrors on the ceiling, the pink champagne on ice, that's adrenochrome. We are all just prisoners, children, here of our own device. And in the master's chamber, they're gathered for the feast, stab it with their steely knives, and they just can't kill the beast. Running for the door, tunnels on, this is Hotel California. It's a monstrous thought. The people in Iran are bravely uprising against the Islamic regime for the 15th night in a row. They are demanding freedom. We need to be their voice, make it go viral, repost this. Okay, so I've reposted. My fellow Americans, the storm is upon us. SOS. Iran is bleeding. Internet. People are being killed. Help us. Donald J. Trump. He's talking about if the Supreme Court votes against the tariffs. Your cellmate's name is Puffy. Nice guy. Seems to like baby oil for some reason. And on this Delta, the Delta for today, 1/11/2019 is boom, 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 boom. So 11/11, 4 booms, 4 cascading events, each bigger than the last, not random stacked detonation sequence. The scare event isn't the end, it's the trigger, shock, awakening, collapse of the inorganic timelines, end phase of the information war. The old narrative grids can't survive what's coming. A week to remember wasn't hype, it was a marker. So it's happening this week. And I think this must go viral, getting slaughtered in Iran, God forbid. And this is interesting. Mercedes moves manufacturing from Germany to Hungary because net zero just cost Germany big time, 20,000 job losses, this environmental stupidity. Boom. Trump signs historic executive orders, no more secret biolabs, Frankenstein science, Fauci lies, or pandemic experiments on U.S. soil. Okay, or hopefully underground, right? Full story here. Let's go back. That's, okay, Brian Cates. When this is over and people look back, they're going to realize that you were telling you all along what was going on. You just weren't paying attention. Dark before the dawn, that's me. Okay, so that's it. So that's the thought stream. I want to just briefly visit the most recent posts on X, and then we'll call it a night. Let me just let me just take a short commercial break for LifeWave. Again, we really appreciate your support with the LifeWave patches, and hopefully we invite you to call Dr. Stacy and ask her for some patches and get into your health. Get into carnivore. Find out what a carnivore diet is. Find out what an animal-based diet is. Improve your health. It's not just drinking water and leafy vegetables anymore. That could have been fake news. The whole nutritional pyramid has been turned upside down. We can't live on breads and fast food and nutrient poor seed oil processed food from the supermarket. This is designed to keep you stupid and keep you enslaved. Okay, so let me go now. Oh yeah, I was just going to play a quick video. I think I have a quick one. Yeah, okay, let's just watch this for a minute.
Got there and there was like 150 people, and half of the room had been patching for a year and half of the room hadn't. And the ones that had been patching for a year were taking the microphone, and their testimonies blew me away. Type 2 diabetes under control, high blood pressure gone, neuropathy, within 10 days, neuropathy off of gabapentin. This one guy, he had a cul-de-sac bald head for like 40 years, and dark hair was actually growing in the top, and you could tell the difference of his old hair and the new growth. And I witnessed that.
Well, you made it to the end, and I'm so proud of you. Please subscribe.
Okay, I don't want you to subscribe to her channel. Let's go. Let's see what happens if I go here. Yeah, the LifeWave product, I invite you to try it. It's definitely, but it'll put you in a track. Instead of paying for health insurance, which I don't have health insurance, you might want to invest. You might want to try the LifeWave patch and reset your stem cells, start a business if you like, but it's a powerful remedy for resetting your stem cells without injections. These patches don't put anything in your body. They simply reflect your own light. So I want to thank everyone for supporting us. We don't make an income out of broadcasting, but we do this 7 days a week. We do make a little bit of money on LifeWave, and we hope to make a lot more. And we hope to make a lot of people wealthy on their own. A lot of people can switch out of matrix meaningless jobs and get into this profession, this revenue stream will not be affected by the AI revolution. The David Schmidt, the inventor and owner of LifeWave, has come out and said, we need, everything has to be done face to face, people to people. So it's a great business to start now, like maybe as a second job, and then move into it more seriously as you divorce yourself from the matrix. Okay, I just want to spend a moment looking at the most recent posts from the general stream just to look at this. Okay, let's go home. All right, so Biden administration likely paid $84 million in error for Minnesota housing assistance. All right, that's justice is coming. They're saying 8 days away. If you aren't monitoring the U.S. Department of Labor account on X, you may want to start, because they're putting out posts that openly reference Q. Trust the plan, patriots in control, hold the line. This is coming from the U.S. Department of Labor on X. Amazing, right? President Trump is about to be briefed on launching potential military strikes on Iran after Khomeini's regime has reportedly killed hundreds of protesters. The United States, Marco Rubio says, the United States supports the brave people of Iran. Yes, indeed. This is the final battle. Let people know that even though the internet is shut down, the revolution is growing. It's now or never. Iranian-born human rights advocates tell me that why Iranians have hope that Trump will help them regain their freedom. Message to me from inside Tehran: food is over. Chain markets have nothing to sell. They're collecting Starlink satellites. They will kill us if we don't kill them. And Iran spirals further into chaos and President Trump weighs intervention, Bill O'Reilly reveals he spoke directly with Trump about his next move. Okay, so let's hear this.
I spoke to the president on Saturday, and we discussed this very issue. And I don't offer unsolicited advice, so he asked me. And I said, if you have a situation where U.S. military action can tip it, where the Ayatollah and his thugs have to leave, you do it. You do it in a heartbeat. But if it's just maybe kind of might, you wait.
Okay, so he's going to do something. But Don Scavino puts his Instagram story, a bird and the song Free Bird. Q538 is January 14th Delta. When does a bird talk? Hillary Clinton is scheduled for deposition on January 14th. As a reminder, Q93, is HRC just a puppet and the goal is to take her down? Her Herminders and the real kingpins replies, correction, HRC was a puppet, but her strings were recently cut. She's now on her own and fighting for her life. Interesting to see what happens this week with Bill on 11.3 and HRC on 11.4. Okay, will they come in? Will they have sudden health issues? Will a scare event happen? Let's see what happens. So we're all poised for some interesting adventures ahead. So we all are getting invited to the White House to meet Q plus POTUS when all this is over. Yes, we will meet after this. This excites me constantly. Iranians on the ground are waiting for help. This is a message I received. We are really not okay at all. People are dying in front of us. They are killing people so brutally. This is horrendous. But liberals are attacking conservatives and pushing for a civil war. If liberals wanted peace, there would be peace. If the conservatives wanted war, there wouldn't be any liberals, right? I call on all host embassies of the Islamic regime to shut these embassies down. Go for it, man. Monday Win Report back at you with another big day. The Florida grand jury investigated the grand conspiracy against President Trump. Got underway today under Judge Aileen Cannon against John Brennan's protests. Average national gas is below 280 for the first time in 5 years. In 14 of the 20 metro areas with the largest illegal alien populations, homeless prices declined year over year in December. Deportations are working. The State Department has revoked 100,000 visas. Chinese tankers on their way to Venezuela to get oil are turning around and going home empty. Despite running their big mouths on social media, Iran has been calling President Trump, begging him to negotiate before they get another visit from the B-2s, the bombers. Republicans gained 7,600 plus voters registrations in Democrat Pennsylvania just this week. Dow Jones and S&P 500 both closed at record highs. President Trump announces that effective immediately, any country doing business with the Islamic Republic of Iran will pay a tariff of 25%. We went over that. President Trump announces that big tech companies, starting with Microsoft, will pay their own way in regards to powering data systems for the AI. The Trump administration has come to an agreement with AbbVie to provide lower Medicaid pricing and to expand affordable direct-to-patient offerings through Trump RX. I hope he will announce another big win as soon as I post this, because that's what always happens. I'll add this to the comment. A classic throwback picture for tonight. So it's all happening. Things are happening. The situation in Iran is not looking good. We thank you for your LifeWave support. I didn't put any songs up here, so if I know from experience, if I try to search for a song, it won't happen. So I'll just have to say goodnight. Yes, the Clintons are long gone, but we'll be seeing this publicly. The people who are sleepwalkers, the sheeple, will get it. Will get an eyeful of their last confessions, I'm sure. It's all happening. They're saying 8 more days to the tribunals or to justice. We will see what happens, but hang on, work on your health, work on your investments, work on your dreams, work with your hands. Remember, in terms of mystic theories, that the highest aspect of godliness is in the lowest and most physical part of existence. So working with your hands, doing things you love, meeting with friends, developing relationships, eating good, healthy food, spending time cooking meals, spending time fixing things around the house, getting good with tools. I'll tell you, I'm an experienced carpenter, but the tools that are available these days make working. It's much easier now. When I had a company like 20 years ago, I stopped my company, but the tools that are available for a couple $100, you could buy a miter saw with, from they're just amazing. The technology is tremendous. I really basically use two tools. I have this compound miter saw. It's a rigid saw. I highly recommend it. It's better than any miter saw I've ever owned, and I own a screw gun, a battery powered screw gun, and a couple other, a bunch of hand tools. But you can do anything with that. I have a few other things, but not much. I have a heat gun. I have a saw for sawing firewood. Hand saw. Mostly, all the work we do is really mostly with hand tools, except for the cutting. I use a miter saw. So I have a chisel. You don't need much to really and you can teach yourself these skills pretty quick. It's not rocket science by any means. If I can figure it out, you can. So may the force be with you. May you realize that you are the force. You paid $2.47 for gas today. That was in Boca Raton. Wow. It's usually a lot higher. That's wonderful. Hey, Leah Strong. Great show. Thank you so much. I hope I was able to help people, feel good about what's going on. This is it, man. The QFS is coming. XRP is going to go to the moon one day. Buy some copper if you can get it. I'm in libtard zone, Olympia, state capital, Washington State. The gas price is still $4. Yeah, the creeps are they're hurting bad, but it's almost over. So may the force be with you. May you realize that you are the force. AI can't give a massage or a chiropractor alignment. They can't be an aide or a nurse to help those in need. Although they're talking about robots doing a lot of those things. So I know that we go to a chiropractor, that at least Daniela does, and they have all kinds of fancy tables now where they just like press. It's eventually I think robots will doing it. It's really the hand tool, the building and the creating and the just the little jobs. Maybe they'll do a lot of that too. I don't know, but there's going to be plenty of work, and living in nature, man, if it takes a little work, it's well worth it, in my opinion. Of course, I say that on a day when the sun was shining, even despite the chemtrails. There was still some nice sunshine. We had a great interview, and everything is really rosy in the future. It's really looking good. So may the force be with you. May you realize that you are the force. And nothing can stop what's coming. Nothing can stop you from fulfilling your dreams. Not the Matrix, not the government, not big tech, not big pharma. None of these things. All the information is out there to reap the benefits from. I never chime in, but you make me comfortable. Oh, good, jumping. My dream for the channel was that new people would be coming online and asking questions of other people that have been here for a while, that while I'm doing this, you guys could be doing the same thing I'm doing. I mean, I would love it even more if you all started your own channel. It's that, I'm not worried about competition. I don't make anything anyway. It's just what I do. But we do this 7 days a week, so we appreciate everyone, old people, people that have been on the channel for years, and new ones. We welcome you. Again, just write down eWebstar 13. If anything, God forbid. I mean, YouTube is. There's like these Iranian thugs, the Arabic thugs. They're hiring people that don't even speak Persian. This is insane. But these are monsters. They could be super soldiers. They could be, M12. What is it? They could be, they could have been brainwashed by the CIA. This is a CIA. The Iranian government is a CIA deep state satanic organization. This is all Hotel California. They're all connected. The libtards, the Iranian regime, big tech, big pharma, your doctors, your lawyers, they're all connected. But we are waking up, and we're close, man. We're close to nothing can stop what's coming. We're close to the Great Awakening. So it's really already happened. In my opinion, if you want to be there, you just have to click your heels 3 times to say there's no place like home. I mean, whatever you need to do, you can make the transition. You don't need a lot of money. You can get things done if you're clever, and you can leverage your assets in a way that you can live your dreams. So may source be with you. May you realize that you are the creative source of the universe. And when things get back into alignment, you'll be doing stuff with your hands, living in nature, maybe up here with us or wherever you choose to live. The green is coming back, according to Dave. The chemtrails may be the good guys because green is coming back to the desert. So let's get out there with a big smile on our face and rock the world.